We chakamot ku we chake lor we koi ke beben koi ke bepen ku bakadai egan ma biedana ngo ke lewotin e jam de ye teye ni jam dan wan chiro gwer ke buko loy wan grace yen ka chiben kuna yemen a chabi chabari cha chanu show what you do ga mat and I asking you bakulu bear ken ga na mat ku buku dom tok te yen ti chen bentin ni yemen fa kene yen ke bro loy ku show a chiben a yen baku work there on this show ten a chake ting ni na wan chetek ku we chepeng tinong akona biar yen ka nong initiative yen tawotin be jam kana koch ne advice ye yo ka kapiet kana koy ko ku biran korin kuran yene japyo be jolom ku bi yo ten fa kana yene ka show de yemen ku yene ka jam yen bi wolatin we cha ka lor ku we cha ke mot e lo chir ke dia yen ye ku lo ye wo lo da ben ke ye ben tv re twi tan ye ku lep to ni din twi fa din yene ka ba be nyal ku ka ba taw ku grace ba be shan buku che cha bari wo che ga wen ter ka malesh tino we viewers ke tv ku we community the monjang ko ye jam na tong da fa kene yen ke wet le balwel kana wek ku we cha ke lor tiet ke ana ma cha ke an bi din nyal ku bra twen ten. Loy ke share loy ke share. Grace Chamot, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Karanga Kui Chamot, welcome. Chumgol Chamot, Amaria Chamot, Chamot Wekol, welcome. we chakeng mot ku we chakeng lor we koy ke ben koy jam ni tong da koy ke wu korom ni nyin dia na ko lot ku na kay wu ke lo we chak mot wo dia we koy ke ben ku feel at home mole ni cha mot kran kongor I hope in piol go na pandu tutui no we koy ke jam ku koy ke ping ku koy ke brom kana wok no we di man tay na no ki chi good pio ni jamik ka yetie no question the word che ku beber ci ka tie kan kerom de wel ke le wotin yen bi wo jam wana kon na ye koy ken kon ben tv de twi ku ken ko kon ping ka jam ke nya ne twi ku ke student a journalist yen ka profession yen kwan chok ku loide abungor ka beti ni nin ko ni ye tar ke ka taw ni yenom ka ye go goy ka ba karom ken ko ke ka ye ka kor be ke le wo ku dia ana yin in nga ku ye kichin ja pyo ku ka pyet gane yin ke dugnom che ke kor yen na ke ro lew kan yin ka wan ku ba ke mir pyo ba bele yo ni nin ko kan ke show de diak na wo ka tan ku ka bu ko ya loy ni nyin dia ku na chi taw ni nyin dia ka bu ka non kol bu ko ba ya ba nom bu ko bela ben once a week yen ke schedule de ye jam show kan a chilo narin ka kon ye chol real talk with grace kon yen ke grace real talk abijo ben kan yen topic yen che baby au wer che gwir the week ku yen ben bai be bele ko kor bi bai be ngi ni yen fa kan yen ke jam ne ye kola a chi be bere ret ku ka chi bi che ga chan bi chen ko pin abu ko ta to ni chol te moto usut te le road binen le na pin kana ka yin ya well cholo biar kana ga che ga ba dispute chanu che entertainment lo ye wod kaga twi ye wo ga lew to tv kan ga kra twi al bi ai ran le bentin ku din ye wo lew to ka ai kana che ga ran were yen kan yen na non kaga entertainment bi jo be ben ka ba ben ta den but kana is designated to twi chiran ye cho na iran ci kor ko iran ci twi kor ku yen ke meaning de ye kana chan kriye ben nong tede atim de twi ku ka lep tok no wel ga twi ku jo be lo ba chin fa kan yen ke ti taw wotin a kon ke be bel wel ci kre twi ke de bai ben ba ci ben tv de twi therefore ka loin dol no kweri yen ni chatin ku be ka ke krom ke kan bai bi ke jo ben ni ye ke ni chok fa ai kana ci ke nong te le yen tin en ke te de kana yen long ka ba ko we ri chati yen ka ber ku bla non ko ke bien ping pa yin a ko ni cha mot ku yin cha lor ku tu ya amit piao kan yin wel ke ye wel ni ndia ka yin ba pol na iran chi ngi ka ba le ro ku bu ku la twen ni jam de ye ko le fa ka ba ti no we lo ke share ke ye lom tin yin nga yen ke du ke ye ping a ye yin ke du a ye jola martin na non bu ko yin ke ye na ka na chi likan yin ka yana ka fa jam de yakul de ye jam de yakul jod nyal de diar au a woman empowerment yana ke wet de yakul ka jwi bi joto ni yako a bi jo ben kene akon ku ke ka di I opinion kuna opinion yana ka jola translate into decision abi jola atangu non ku kun tinongin kin ku kun ala no salen ka wane te na non ku ye kun le bi diar jar nyala di le be panda be biola di ni biag de diar kene yen ke jam de chan yen etik ku ka piet e diara dung chien ka ye lel na ye gan ka loela kene na ye gan yen ke wet ku ka jui ke jo yen ga yin a je taw ni chin ye moy ku nong nyandu be pye di ye moy ku nong ting du ka be pye di nyan kui ka die ai ka nga yen ke jo la decision ka ni la tang de nga but ke lel e opinion ye nga ye ting ka piet na chi piet ka chi piet ka ni yin kuran taw ka ni yen abi jo lo kon biar in cha welcome barot jo le ko bala twen wona wer chit ki rom wona ko no wek tok ban.
Thank you, Mabida, for having me today. Kujela kwa jui chiben. What malay kwa what go and at all on my side, so I have to apologize. Malay kwa malay. Yeah, my voice is of Mabirka.
Yes, in a good,
Okay.
in a good.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, we want to apologize. Malay chukwego and Malay chukben at late hours. We are very sorry. No problem. And sorry for that. Ya buku jalo jamit kene choi Grace Akon biar daw o akon biar dan mabur ana jom anta sukulet ya yene kene akerin tia kaga.
Ayen kon biar in cha lor chi ko won cha lwel loy da ka bungor ka la twen to no wek we ko ke ben jam de yo ko la ataw ne jod nyal ku ko inderot kene yen ka tong da ti ye in ran chi lon sukuli chi man chi wola sukuli ku cha ben be ku yin ci la tie ku ting du ka ken ben be ti che te ken en ben be tin kay kana ba ko nyu dia chan bila nyal kene yen ka empowerment be real brand be yen real be empower be nang real de ku real de an bala real ko ko ku yen ka jon nyal de bai kene yen ka jam ne ko yin ni mu la twen ka de ba le wo yin na kon jon nyal yengo tinong diar be ze ashanu rem ci ben america yen ta wa yer man ek mit ke 70s ku 80s ke ka chi dob jalon a ji chen wei ka chi gumaret ku ka chi neng a chi ne ali ke yen myoy be ka jor ko no ko diang ke chi pir chi dong a chi ben ku jo ya ru do pan den bi ke la tie diar ken a ken ang opportunity chi ke yo ke ka chi neng opportunity ken ko e ke le bi ke diar ke man ke ko di di a wu nyir ti ke jo ben chan bi ke nyob kuir bi ko ke die bi ke neng kolda pa jam yen ke jam ne ko le wo ko wer.
Chukran mabir kujela kwa jui ping. Ya kibeno wajam ne yekole eke choi yin nyal diar au jet nyal diar au na ye twal kalwela le bating dunu la be pan jing le ba pioj abanaka jui ka unyi ke au ting dunu la be kechin ka jui ka unyi ke kaka madina or kaka pioj nyi ke ka de ka pioje agonan ka un agonan pio un to kene yen ya topping de yekole ke cho cha bon nyal kene yen nyir ju au diar ju ja ke la be bai ku diar ju ka la be bai uh, en ra her East Africa kuma her en East Africa en chat mostly kwan ci yopin kan diar ju en diar ju ci ka tiak ai diar ka la be bai ku diar ka la be bai piu de na niop yili banya la be ke to dole ke to yi primary 4 or primary 6 or primary 7 most of them I ko ke to primary ku je ko lui drop out koi diang nya gala yu e 2% e na ya la yu ka yen that 2% akilo sukule jatol or a chitu Singapore e yen tanto population dan de diar etena and this population ali buku be ni alku ku na daga bi wo ni ale ke joy pi a chet batik bagwo joy non ke joy formal education au a che bagwo ler sukuli ku loku piuje ago ago nang bachelors ba piuje waje nothing en ke ci gwara na wunti be kur ke joy basic education ke tamba ke joy ke tu enga wel pip non tik be ni au ke diar ku anke e ke joy language na tati pure ni ke joy language speaking e ke that woman is perfect e ka jating ye kuno block ni yen na ye tinga wuna pure ke joy formal education ni ke wun yene education awun kidi de sukula gun en tibeler sina fo e ke ting ha jaler na yi ting awun tin pio pio de e kene e ka pio de tan ke joy pio we ko che atuk ku ka che yara non chada de fom fo yene rani ku lel ke pio wo che ra non chada de jama yene ku lel ke pio ke ko wo ke joy women's empowerment a che brana papers we ko but e brana ke joy ebitik ebi kony ni rode ebitik bro liu akana lo liu ke yin ye moj ke tinga lo koj yin chi le bato ku lo lim ni nin ko kero sorry to say that but these are things that happen aka nguru lo ka we monjang and it is better realities bike egluel so kiro lo ke relate no jing tiga yila ku jelbe ku jeti ge jata hut okay sometime walk away dear one on long da some of us watch kurubra lo sukule okay it's fine that is our side but no wake away rur na yimo nya un yitinga yinong pi ke yinong pi du na un chin pi ka tinga ka tamba in forward tamba len man ngadi kara yung kor baloy question yung kor baloy ni pire je question abien drive until bana ke un wel ke beloy ke un beloy ke jatin kara ba gol chungna na chelwel ka ba gol chu daman chiti kene e ka jen hinen kuon na je aka chi resources ke ko or ke ka jen hin ke en kuon ku je jalo ke dene tindele ba be nial along business ku choja yi business de nial be a big empire ku ka kilo sukule is not a must but at least ke un talwe long languages buto bunyi so that even anon kama lu interake ni yen ka bi nye jam pe ti bi jam ke no en jam alibe alibe na any other side libe in any other section education libe ni nen tapi kachi go education with papers but alibe na de pieta un le piyen anon ka ju ku ke mana panda ka chir mana baking of cakes most of the cakes to South Sudan I cake uni go and it's simply because most of women's and kunyir ju akini ga piye ke joy yi baking of cakes kanyi ku cake wa mon jangen nyumuyech but these other model cakes are kuju cakes so some of the few cakes ni ku cake ka kor a little knowledge I want to in pandu but you cannot go and make it in the restaurant or in Chiliba wedding cakes at Chiliba lolo they are ideally very few women's and that education or awu nyin chiti kene ku chagam tingdu ke ting ha ja yeng nial ting chiti kene ku lokuli bakery de ti chit juba o ti chit madi ku ye supply of those kare ye galoy those cakes ye galoy ke ting a chi limit no rande e ting ha chi be ya wor go kulu zaman e ting ha ja yeng nial women's empowerment o bitik bi yen ache batik ba chalo sukuli ku je to jama ale bana ko bi ko ka wulu ka yen ka won le biki yen yen yan abu ko ni rode at the end of it ko kor ko biti ko ni rode e biti
in janang issue in a network core being interrupted Louis froze ayen akon abengor ke dutin ke daga Louis froze tan akon tinga kana ayen Grace abengor ke bo ke kar ba clear ke wen yen chi mana ya lel show ka ken ngai wo ka che gaw che ka wen chi Grace chi lel ye ma lech wo che gaw yen ka ken wo do very Saturday I mean every Saturday in pin ko ke man da Africa ko Australia ke Saturday morning na it no wo gatan ke aje de ke evening ni ya ta chiri ke loy wo ye na u ta tin tera when you take a beata on a Friday ikene yen ke schedule fa ka be ba ka ya lo expect na cho ku ga ku ye ti ma a chano time difference say issue ya de ko nyer ko chien a chan be loy loy bi che lo te de apiet fa kene yen ka tin yen wir kan wok e zaman fa Grace abngot ko bo ke jamen tinitene e ke ngi ko dia we ko non question ba ke tie ku yina ya yin nga ku non ke yeting ke ye wo ke dur ku dak ye ke da ke Grace ye ke cha dak ke tie ti yenen ke ye wo ke non ku queen bai ke weri yen ga ye ku kor bu ku ya ping ku be yen ko ku bi nga bi jolo wari bi jolo ben ke ku nyen long de jamaka fa do ke jel Grace abungor ka dutin a network yen ka chi en loy cut as you all know mana de yen na long tu ka kang a che to na tan ye ka to na wo ka tan ai ka ne yen ka downside de ka tin yen to ka na wo ka ga chi be ka we cha ka be loy bor ku ba chi jam no wer ga ka ret wal ken Grace ken en ben ke de tawaki ku wer ka kar ba lwel la kir baden of which aba lwel na kir na ta be ben baden wo benang show dem ya ku show ab ya sabah
Yeah,
malek
sorry, my internet is jal.
okay
I'm sorry. Yeah. So I think chiti kan ku jayen yeng ni ala ucha empowered de ya. Ke ting chiti kan akai ni rode. Kuna chi ting na chi ko ni rode. Ke pieta un ye kunyu wo ka wo society. Au ke un ye kunyu wo ka wo nyir ka un banyal. Ke nyir ka ye ke gamriela e nya ye lo lambi chen man ngadi. Ambi chen nge. Kun yiti ko ka un banyala e nya ye kor bului agoriel ku bu ko ni rode. Ke un relate na urur ko 10% rur ayirana yelwel tingi bla jot na pi mane ka maybe be la jot ku ki joy bai we koy ko chini ki joy competition na chi tingu na chi pi then that's something great to some of the women's na loku luma advantage of that e kai we ko wala do chien because there are times you libati gale ba support kwene ku chopping a lot real na mi at the end of it e ka lui ka ke pa ku tin mo je kara yin to gu sukulo now what kind of degree do you have? Some of those women I can quite lay down because Kichoi being empowered, it doesn't need you banana competition can run the we buy or any other person. Na jayara na unchiri ka yine ko ni rodu ke ka chikur banana competition when around you don't need to have competition with anyone. Kikor e baro chopping ku ka ni rodu akana na ngiti ko ka un bonyal ke temba ke kwon. Yen Kichoi women's empowerment ken. And na chu walk empowered. Che an empowered ku be nyande lo empowered ku be diar ko empowered ku be diar ko be an empowered. Ko wachi be jam 35% ko wa diar. Wa ja jam 50% because I'm talking call wo kwa non chadat e kwa non ability ting de abuto non ability ku non ting de non ability akana lo ku kur ke lo ku ben e ka wachi ka leke cho chan wa diar wale ke pal because of our abilities. Kuwale ke par because of the capacities that we are having. What you would be bella loiko woiko riri katake. Woiko riri loike jobu wajala kwa in the name of ngetik. Koi kwa loike etik ngadi koi kwa. Eka chirika ke werur. Kichoi women's empowerment is one of the most important thing. And empowerment a you goal hundu. Etingdu yena yen hinen goal. Na cha tingdu na cha yen empowered. Ke yin be nyandu bello empowered. Kuti nga bin belo nang ting le empowered ka society a chuku ja yin nyal ka diar ko bin ka society de jing ka area ekene yen ke pet buku ya loy ko woy monjam ku ke yen ke pet ku ke yen ke na da ka lwel no long the women's empowerment ache batik taw sukule jetok abitu ku cha da form 4 ali binang de cha yen ke un ben ne piot abi nyi ni loy ke un ye tinga ke nier na lwel en un ngadi ke niare kan ke kini ina gami yen ku letu ngen kede ya ku bukurir na uti je East Africa ku jo ko yalo for makeup jo wa jwer nyin ku non ku nails ku jo ku chol la da be penchual ka ka chin ku konje ka we dia because at the end of it is either balo here or balo South Sudan kuna lo South Sudan ku lo ben ke yin era chino warge au lo ben ke chin kinyi ke chin kinyi kenyi ke yin nge ka ko da gu gai kara yo ngulo war itu wa nong nuru ku to wa nong ku ka chin ki la piot ela ben ke kind of embarrassment e kana chi to kana diar ke pe but even to no walk away mi to ne why ni ben mar duru ke bi wa gatin ku jogo ya chol chat karan chin ko kor bi ni long de pie rana chin ko kor bi ni pet kana lom ya ke ben ya kor chuk so ke ni kana de ke le long de yig nyal de diar ku job nyal de diar
apiat in che jam ni weri jaret mana de yen et taw diar nyin pin ke kre 20% wala 50% au 35% whatever percent tikin tien tig ye capable ka core that percent ye
no
competition ye kiden ke pay kwa ye societal competition being a lui compete na ability re kingi ki kin
no
yi bidyar bi ke menor ne loy de kingi nga maktab le maktab.
yeah ke joy mail le yiti ke na mo maktabe e ke uni interview pe pa ke be a che ke uni ko be lel ke wa diar na la ke no riel ku lo ke yi no nyin de ye ke uni je yi ne ma bir daw ku lo ku nyu ku interview e ke tini yen ti yen aye no ma ye ja ta lo irot so ke tina chila na competition in the paper but this competition in the paper a che competition a un kor ku bu ku be achi peda ben bai na rir ku bai kelwel ma bir daw you see ata yin che tag yin wa ne tak yin ja ting man yi loy kene yi war cha dat kele e kana che competition ko bu bai bai au ke cho 35% kana ache ache ki un ache ki un no war fighting against men ku ka che ki wel ku wo kor wa chi kur be kare wa chi kur ru ra wa chi kur bur be kene loy e ki un kor ku ben nge ko ni rode ku banang your own source of income bike cho ai lim yel wela yana bi moja bi yan nainum ambi moja bi yan nyoti ambi moja bi yan nyoti nails na kin mo na kin kate be ka dom gaaj kumit yin ki chin kang be yile bu ko lo chamano e ka ke ka kor ke women's empowerment bu ka pol jana na ana ka na jale ke yin ye mo nye bai e ka nye non ka wundam ken nim ke ani akon ko non ka wundom ke ni ache kriye ben be age ni yin akana lobby kala ma bi da yin chi lobby una lo mo nda bi kala la yin chi lobby yi lobby ku yin ken ni woni tuna kana wa ken yan ting niem be ken be nai at least bu ko na families ke jen ka won yen mo chen na lo nga won ti dom nom im na ti mo na ti ler mi tu sukule na ti dom nom ke yin ti nga won ti ai empowered ke yin dom tam nom bai yeah ayen of the story the women's empowerment bitik bu koy ni rode bitik bu nan ke won liw no loy bitik bu nan ability li bu nan ke won ko nyen mende li bitik bu nan that ability akana li wun ngadi ka ba ci ke ci bar ke lu ba ko
So ki ye lwele ten e independent ye ne ka core te nong ran ben te nong tik
true
lazim be tik be a independent be lui ke ran lui pande be moj be lui ke ran lui pande ku chi ran ge yir ni yen whether chi ya
true
ka di wele nong riel ngo ke be ko tong a go pir go rom ku be ko la twen tok chene wed ye lwel
ayen
okay te nong ror le bi ke diar ko nyidi achan bi ke empower a red na ye ting chin dream ko lewu kunya di.
eh I think have you doubt in thinking dreams ke miskila kene diar ko ke miskila kene diar ko or ke miskila kene rana ben dama da wo kor bu wata nim ko wo human being kuna tiran ti yin tanom ke yilo nom riye e kene ina ne woru lo ko wo diar wo ko ka won dreams wacu gola kwe kitare kujela rir malbake kujela kujela buku piat tana go kurur miet piot etin yente yen wanim lo kwe ten so gato na yeti ga wacu go chen dreams mana wonte ni neta ke say kind of a woman kutia ken ke piet ke first priority libi ko ta lo ti tiego ko rut e bang e tin nge yung kor ba lo ni pidu that question determines you which kind of a human being. Okay, I'm sorry to say this, but not to know run and core, yini a konti yung core balo ni period. In nothing in your dreams, my dreams achi local nge da mana che west. Lot when pidu ku core ku kara achi tung. These are the few things. Suppose na chatting to go tia ka ku yung ko ni period. Ke kuchaka na isbo. Ke ki suppose ba ti after a week. Ako ba ti mana ngadi yung core balo ni pidu. Na ta yeti ku chaka tingi chin dreams a wina e ka banan ke wulo el kulele yen an kor ba kene loy e ka ba jalo okay a dream kor ba loye ba chipude ka ba long de ba jalo long de na chai tinga long ko be ne na ship aniop e ka jalo man ngadi this is what I'm going to add ku ke yen tan ba ne nin ko nyikin ke tinga cha empowered then ya then some of the women say ne tiga ben ne alken small dreams ka wona lui last for you 5 months 1 year a dreams ke achint lere ke kwatin. So if you see your woman is having a dream of 5 months, dream kana da ku gole chuk because ki in dream ni how it will last, a sustainability of that dream. Bilwel yena ambe kin loy ko ba loy le ku ka ba maile, keeping up yet that side it will tell exactly how long that dream will last. Na cheating na chi and well this dream abu will last like this. Ka that dream ka ti ro yin yal ka ja ting ba yin yal wude. Na ting dreams ka ting du ka wun cheki. Ke dreams ke awar ke yini mo inde kule man ngadi I was thinking you can do kana le balo ile in a better way like this lebel will last for long e ka ke yen yati en mo la benten on the side of finance especially ka way route air or
Okay.
especially route of South Sudan route kirka ka to ken finance ake en mo kana wo akana chak tik na chen ang dreams ku kin mo kin wo kin that dreams kin finance ka that dream I think lay in when yen because all the dreams are called for them baka process baka kede for you to go far with those dreams. So we need the side of finance, work on side of will. Because in
Okay.
a lot of jing cannot do quick. And if I don't know them, catching well and then for this kind of dreams. Kuke and Kunya well to know what you been, could when a thing to suppose but thing to think man and a day on Corbalo period. That question will tell her and will tell you what kind of a woman you want to be in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, or in the next 5 months.
Okay. So anong ran jiti tena chilo koi win le biran ke tik mat ne tang de kaka bai ne loid koi ke ye ke to ke ko ke chidiara yin yi den chi ke kan power kwanong ke ngot ke da ke ro taw de ku yen ngo.
And thank you. Yeah, I know can kero relate to no one young. Tung tuing da wele batting do lewu ka woni ga to ku ka woni ga dom. E to ga na ka ke to rode. Kidero relate e batik including the decision making. Au batik chol ne ka won take. Batik chol ne ka won take. Took long to ka to keneti. Ku long to ka to kenamoj. To non diar anong ting awun na bar ka lwele ku non ku family meeting kalwe ku bomoj ku lela kon what do you think kalwe ki tata e yen kidia that's what happened to some of the few women those women I think awun chini take a voice de and in chikurba jam you don't want to wake up from your to do na unto intinin ko bariria forever so say kind of a woman ku buku te moj ni ekula kon yo ku du e kini jilwel wudi yitim wude kulele yen kidia ke chalwele kalwel moj ke yen kuletwen na em ya the next time ka buku be ati akon what do you think about this kalwel ke kidia ke chalwel na le ti more than 3 times kulele ke kidia ke chal e kidia ke chalwele ke mo nya lu give up achi eventually in the family decision making kukachi eventually in any family discussion because anyi yinin chirur ku yin chikur ba ko ni rodo etini
Okay.
yene ti yene people token yop but if na yeting a wuni ke choi decision making ko tinga wunong etak by the way ke sometime ke mo before ben mo anything lo loy ka yelwele I have to man ngadi aba konti because anyi man ngadi anong a power Benang pieta wun did because ki any choice in decision or ki any choice in discussion, it is benang diet positively. But I hear na wun chin ki diet. Ka chin even a need of you to be included. You don't even have to
What
be included. And
is
if
that?
nothing thing do, and if nothing thing do, kay tinga wun chin ki a jab. Tinga wun jam wun ngade ki dia ki chalwel wun ngade ki dia ki chalwel chana chin ki en coach. E could do yena en coach. Eka that kind of a woman, eka core more empowerment. The first thing bale and I think randa yin coach because anche yin che yen I will never be you, you will never be me. So must by your own stand ke yin a woman. So say kind of woman, what you have to do is back on your end man ngadi this is not how you know discussion law or in decision law at least banake when ben and then kunyude how you come up with your own decision kuchocha ting diar ko ka wun yen tiga ko ni rode ka that kind of a woman ka be real ku ka be wede be luel bana chien lu empowered ka forever even kula mit ke dir ka ngot ka ngot le mit ya ke dia ke jaga luele. And that is one of the worst thing ene kana diar in the society. Another thing ke diar ka luel ke den in term of decision, it is because I luele jinga tinga nge kana chole jam e ko kwet na lo ko public meeting e ka lo luele ke de en ping na lo ko no so ke ne diar ai ka lo ja tiot ku jo diar cho ke bit. And if all these things kunye kuke e ka ji tiende. So long ato kene dia. Long de to kene ror. Some of the men feel like because I get superior kwa ke muksul ne be e ka really cheating do chipping along a won belwel. Maybe your wife can have a capacity, but a chikur ba chaja.
an question ne kani ay lwelu kana
It's starting man, I know.
ti chenen lwelu ya be lwelu ke cha lwelu yen ke kidi kana a form of agreement che good chi le be pyat ta cha na chi ke de go lwelu ka chi lwelu ye mo prove lu disagree ya cha ne tik
No, I can't really disagree. I can't really disagree on America, but at least na gam kede. Kanong
aha
reasons yan ke kede gam.
aha
And kini ba kada gam because a chimondi chiluel. At least I have to bagam because it has positivity to our family. Kukanong
correct
kibi jaw ni pide pandai.
mhm
Gama huni aluel. Gama hunti kebe na kin kada kwan understand. Kuka kin ping that chimo chiluel di. Kuka chini be reason. Kana le cholte de pe ki hunti decision a hunti monde taken. Kule tija man ngadi chiun ngadi chiluel di war. Au chiun ngadi chita di war. Then you don't even know so you cannot even represent the family. That's the kind of yes I'm saying.
so ke ya pinge ye lwelu don't be a follower, be a decision maker and agree to the positive decision.
Yes, if no positive decision chimon to baby and that positive decision I eating a coin god kalel yes unangadi kita lwel ni ye kule yi and that is the thing I want. But please, I wanted it kita na gam au kya na tin kita lwel ya it is because of this and this and this kulel kai positive side chinin kayen thing because if na gam kada kayin ma birda ku yin ku reason gam hinen it mean katin kita gam
Good.
on a
Good.
rate with some reasons. And can yakon any tear one quite because of my any reasons ya a law ya go con gat pin. If na nyen can not be ngelwil. Kalwela this thing I disagree with you because of this and this and this. Kuna ye any katin galoele. The same thing to women's, the same thing to kibagam. Aya kolel nge kudu na gam because na ye any kaya wo long very positive like this. So continue with it. So that's how women should be. But you don't know which kind of right you are accepting and why are you accepting it? What are the reasons you have on the table? Okay, I'm not teaching women, but I'm telling them at least you should know the reason in kada gam. Oh, reason in you know?
So I like to analyze the decision yen chiban be tang
Yes,
yen ko koin kai kana e binga be date ko belong the without in actually agree ka ka lu agree fully ka ngi yengo ka chilwel a che be a follower
sure,
ko ka che be gam tin a chan yen ke tik ko mo yen ka nang decision. So wedu
sure.
ka chiro ping ta ne ko fa ke bangot ka ti yen aki na biag de bai early na kajwe.
Yeah, Louis care.
Yeah, you will get there some days. China one way. It cannot be, but one way. Na chalo bai ki chalo bai. Fa ke ya kor ba lwe lakin ku ke chol pillars ke chang de bai. For instance, rana bi jal pana gir ku ka lui ler bai le tie ku le ben ki ka kwit tok ku mit ka to ko ke le bi ron mo yidi.
Yeah. Okay. Peer panda here ku peer panda what? Koi ka here we are very busy. Okay, lolo ikwana we jor 24/7 mother like the nurse. But if na ye tingi ti agun kunong time a wuri rin ken in Africa. Kilo iro ki kam hi mama ken baba. Mama baba ye tiang mama kuj Bible by the way.
Mhm.
And now on biki katin mama, according to what kitile until anything mama do. Kara yung negar gole lan ni Arabic, but an kuch an kutong monjang gole okay. Well an kutong jing kwan kuch English. golelo baba golelo yung ko ba ni ye ingle jama tong jing golan ko tong jing because am ko ba yala kun bible kan side so on tenen kata de belu ya kichi baba belo baba ti blackboard ben watch and then ale bent de lo ale ka boko dom ku piu ayo up to now mama to ke le ku ke kun bible ku ka le bi ke de le bi got yen
tong jeng
so ting chidi kene e tong jing e ting chidi kene na ken mo inde tabe piu e kede maybe na ti ko e kanisa jala piu it may have taken a lot of time ku kede kindo pi but because ware mo inde yen piu chen tong jing a ti bena ke piu le for abdoni according to mama ye lel ka kin dama dita kin beler for me ba tong jing ba ni it took me only short period of time ku ja tong jing ba ni and most of the time yen ke ye loy they don't wake up ku yen fasting loy ke ayi ke kim loy at those evening hours yen ke ya free ke ko inong bai it is the same thing na to kana tindu ku ke tinga un ku to and especially now watching things ko ta digital things achi betun gana daman on there kuo ye smartphone and then ku lui ka ke lui ke download na ya le ti lo ben dun loy ku ka che lo lui ke yin la lui sorry ke ting chiri kana boku pioje ku boku lele man ngadi this is how things go like this and then ku when the power of internet ku lu internet lu e kwon ke ta kon alu introduction because internet ache yin kwon until bu kon your own foundation that's where you will be able to use the internet well so okay ni yen kana da ka luel
okay kicha ping ka lwel aye lwel una yega ku taw ke chire kana ka ken ang tar loy ku tar ba ka ta ba ya le bite ago nga go
yes
le nang long de na ngi bi ngi bi ngi to ka le bi pyo ba time a le bite go nang to len ta len pasili be logat ni ya ta ke yen moy ta ken moy ko go la lui ago nyi go to kan yen ka empowerment so at least baka nang schedule ku benga yen zaman chirka kor kana yen ka chaping ka yen empowerment yen jamintin mana de yen schedule apet ku kana ka ping do re nyo pa ya ku ka lebe kan ale ka chapele example e ko yen chalwel branti yongo kor kuna
sure
chingi yen ka kor ka yode ale bi pial so that kind of empowerment yen ka chaping ke yen ka chalwel bu ko schedule den bi can understand ku bi ka rot ping yongo kor nga okay na iran chin ko kor ko yedi ko nyadi
anh chưa biết rồi đúng rồi
chi kor plus
oh yeah there are times I know that man good ki choi pure kwa chi piol and pure relate ko pure kur ke choi endurance and commitments ku sacrifice I know ko ka un chen ran ko kur broad gam especially to no walk away dear na ye mo na ye kan bye bye and kumo ndwe create ben kora ye loy na ko bi na no mi na inum na ko bacheng alan kor bacheng ka bi na ko bacheng hills ka bi ke ku je mon chiti kene je balwel man ngadi lo kwene ke denge ben ko nyim tinga un chikur banan ke choy bri bu ko ni rode ke ben kalel man kor ban en pi a kor ba ja lui so that be ja en do muksolia de ko ju to baiten or maybe be a hand on panda ba panda mi ku che be mi ot we diar it is not a chi tiotene wuku na ta wuku dom ku ko bara nyo ko bara mi e ya your own personal choice e ya your own plans ache ke un kor bara ache ke un na yin im na lo me adu dom ku lo te atiti ka tiran tiji so the importance of women's empowerment no ngin ke yin etik you kon ye yin bi jan nyal e yin bu ko ni rodu e yin bi na ku ni rod and then you take ka ke actual uncertainties ka ju ka un le bi ko loy ke ken ke ta ke le un tangdu ke ku ke bi ke ben yide ka ju tir ka they include things like that rana woni any source of income to nong ina le go to ale bi nang ben yida un do men ale bi chow to lu entin ale bi nang anything can come in ku ka tir ka ko bi ka yimbi lo ko no ye yinga ba ka lo lim because this society ano ke lu stick to nong jeng le yana bi ngenge ba teach because why blood ko ke ben reach a point ni chiku ba ka da chiku ba loy because ani jino ngenge ke rarir ran lu hustle and that's why our society is going really down because achira an kuru yin chiku ba ka do chiku ba loy ni rodu so to nong we ka we diar yitem nang but banang that knowledge yin so that it can help you. Even kuchi ko ni man ka banang kiti ni chalum ache rare for life kitchen ku kunyin. Emas banang ku kunyin forever. It will always help you.
Ayen. Wo be ngot ke wo la twen ma. Ki chol gar ti ke jaret ne tar yen chen jo to ka jo lo enjoy ba tar gu ye chuk chiran koren kalis. Chano ka yen headache, right?
I know one of them.
Ya a yin headache yimi rare ni zaman ngadi ku kangare li yimi jo tak tang dun
Rana
ko.
vi ber yenom gi chi kor.
Yes, kuna chola lo chiki yen ke duon jatin ka chi yin grupyo yen ke te peden tin ken kala lo la chen te lu yen. Lo do pin ko lo wula ka yin dom tong chan yen ay lo
True.
wicha lo.
True.
How do we encourage people ashano be chen stress na che lo la kwan wula ka kan yen ke dole yen le yin tin ba kwan chu. Yung le ba bin ka ja device ni wed. John Cott wedu ka ken ngadi a ken wan a beben
Ayen.
beben ma no question ti
Ayen.
ten yen ga well how do you encourage people
Ayen.
san
Ke
sukule
choi
head
baka da
ko ka
lew.
jwe
Thank you. Yeah, ke choi baka da lew koi ko. E bana ke choi ngot. Ngot de ke un yilwelle kina bdi tuk. Kuna le tuk ka chi en pol. Na yito ka yin ngot. Ka yin china ke choi empowerment because na no ngot. Ka yin china real yin chira gam real. Real ben within. Oh real ne ben piunduit. Ayen hin chalu kada. Ke choi ngot. Ku ke choi endurance. Ngot ku endurance a hija tiam pinyo. Endurance ena chaka ngi reality ke yin ngo chin kai ku yin ke choi guom e ke choi guom tong dan ji ba ka de gum na chaka de reality ka tamba gum. There are times libala when you want lecturers ka unraj lecturers ka un liben lecturer iman go ko working on you like akimi mana kana wel ka de we you on the alwen yin or a teacher libila yupin ken yin and na ta yupin ken say kind of a human being karan the first thing ko banye is ran bin a chat get mule the difference is mule do to is stage in the, so you have to take it maybe you know problem and pretend like you problem maybe yen ti mule and mule de ti jar you go or maybe group ken ka unto ken yen ke ye ke jur ka yin so that's where you have to have endurance banan ke choy gum bakada gum bi che kriye te bin ina you you go ka you give up ko ju ya woni ko ke lu give up a chinta yen ke lot in your life but ko ju ka woni yen ran ka gum e ko ju ka yen ran ka do ta successful though success a che go ben immediately we ko you cannot be successful immediately ke yin gol kada ke your success is a process and that process anong it problems you in you on the way yili ba you want ko ka won manin yili ba you want so many distraction but na those distraction ta ke ga ti amale and those problems been taka ja overcome kin ja successful kuje je jur je ting but those people they never know what you went through before you reach where you are so kene ina yan jam ke cho endurance ko etunga won ka teke au baya gum kuje la baya ngot ke ene kene badrun ke wan ka batol kwen bilo nang better life than this ke pira chalewe kuje la ke cho gam bagam that this is what I'm doing and this is what I'm going through and I must finish kan like that. Keka ke dia kutoka kan you can manage life.
indeed ayen kana a che ko jaten anong wer chi ran chol jon ko de che a che le yin ni ban ke ngadi ke advocate kwere chi piol nong jam nong cha ka jwe nong ka jwe gum ke ka cha ke gum cha ke le udi ni ye loy chan kan a side question che direct but you seem to have a strong voice yin ka chen wer nga chen lwel ku yin nong plan ka lo ke udi yung chiro loy tan
And and we koi ya even kuchi a kurchi mane chen kurke ya lo still anong kati ka unya ke you on the way. Kutu engda wel na gar and then the article hit so much kalwela la akon chi tiak alo an kin tiak bi tiak na la am tiak ti chan an to ka che lo ke okay kalwera no okay koro je ja tiak na chi tiak yimi jala jam kuman kin yi tiak dune jam. First thing can one of the challenges and first can number two
indeed
and then some of the times yen ran can you kulela kon kalela yin jam china jam to ni chi biti agin chi moj biyo kala le un jalo kala chi be ha jam reduce the talking and reduce the writing kala me I cannot reduce no any problem no security problem kala no it's a security problem but we are scared if possible you will get a man kala yung bi mon man so people will bring the culture in. By the way, the norms, not the whole culture. They will just bring the norms and tiga supposed to be a jam, tiga supposed to be nang voice in the community. So mostly land. And the worst part of it, land and I most of the people who call me and tell me that I wrote, and I don't see them but it is because some of them I are worried about my future and the kind of life I will have. So mostly na tiang ran karan tian titi ya kan koro palpin kuja kona kam kuja lelenge. This thing achin problem. The voice ya will I opinion things. Kita alwil anchi randa chalat and I will never kwanchi hukuma da chalat. So if I don't do such, then I don't see anything negative. So ke question kaya kadoj. So kicho enta chup ti kan. It is because I take create bini in a bear. That's it. Everyone in here bear, no matter how many times you jump up and down against me, I just keep quiet and go quiet. So you will even be wondering, that's one thing. From the family where I was raised. So so if not I just feel like that's one of the challenges I'm supposed to face on the way as a young girl, like any other normal person. Ku paropin. Another thing I don't care when you try gum, I gum kini and I'm not going back. So let's go forward. So that's it. Kujelake choy mot. I am not that these few people are maybe no rank a negative perception because I'm kinetiak. I am not one day I will get married. One day I will live a happy family. So the question ke answered. Answered. So this thing doesn't need me to shout. Thank you. so so that's how I'm managing. But I thank God there are not very many people. I think I report to daddy second 2 times. I report the number 2 times. And one person was a man, one person was a woman. But it's okay because one thing I like, my father loved me so much. So most of the time, if you go and say, "Akona chicken what okay, he lat, kalo no akena lar, inga chilar, no achirani lar, but a community aye jam, and why is she only community la jam and cheese and work ko, yina bun kalel baba ko. This thing I think if she have a positive voice, kicha kore benang rande let, na no cool ping in a mi akalat rande, call me. Kukaba you will stop and she will stop. But if she never say any name, then give her the freedom. So okay, that's how I have been reported. I have been reported 2 times.
Oh, you are reported that you are in trouble. Okay.
Yes.
So, ayen kai yin charil a chake lwel. To win yen yelwel no opinion derand ke yana kat. No we ko ke dai. Ko ke ping ko bebela yo. Kito wotin tia etan yen yam wotin I opinion. Ke ye kon yelwel a che lecture. Binga bela lo chike chelwel. No. E opinion. E kan pil be ko rut kon. Yena ke wet. Ashano ke chol empowerment. A man can empower another man. A woman can empower another woman. You can empower your child. The kaka kadia eto ke na ka woy ku ke jor nyal dranduon kor ba kwen ba loy ka piet. Fa ke jam wotin yen ke empowerment ku yen ke loy di ti yen loy rote. Anon ko ya ti wen ku kanon ko bi wo bela tin nin ko. Ka wen sensitive chiran kor bo ke pin kals chimana chiti kor benang be moj benang diar karo ku ken ka ta wen te ai ro loy. A chiti kor kon pin ye yich benang ke chirken a chin yan kor be ber ka jwe chir ke ka ata in the culture of monjang ye ka pial to know ku ye ka react no ai ka ko de a che ka yemen nya perception de to wi yen e be agam oh yes nga kai oh yes nga kai a chen ke le kon e ba chi gam nga kai e ba agam positive yo chi la yin ku yo ro lo twen ku ba opinion du ba mat ken ke chirande che le e wel ke ka wel ya ke ping ka luel akon ke ko chiran tawnom ke ti tie wen twen ta na chan question a ji yare de chan discussion a very interesting ku ka che pya anong ra ni che tie yenakin ay lwel te non koy ke lui ke empower chuma ne diar ye ngadi empowerment ye ben te non education ye binya be educate yen yen che lui empower ko non part of responsibility in the ben to pay apart from education fa question can a question pet ba be on the screen ku batin responsibility awo tak kumusolia ye ben ne biag de pyoj a chan chi nya je pyoj ko non du cheng ye mat ke ken
Hey, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Ke choi pure the DR ku women's empowerment. I lo mat most of the time. Simply because ting ki pure ni ke choi school anong ka jui ka win positive ye school ye ke lo dietin. And na buku jayen be empowered bagam real. Okay, education ale bila pure ne gar. But education le bi pure te gar ku little tak. But ke choi empowerment e yana hinjala ben by ku buku janang ability internet.
internet again yeah
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Kechoy
continue
women's empowerment. Na hinjala ben by ke yinetik kubuku jenake won ko baloy for the future. And that's why Kechoy education alone ache important, but it needs some ability. It needs you to be empowered. Bako nirodu. There are some of the girl child education chane tiga pi, but even tika chin kukuirot because akin empowered. So appear that thing do bachonong education, au banya do bachonong education, but ba pure empowerment. Ba pure ni real yid anything nge. So these two things I lomatic issue. But girl child education is the most vital thing. And then that girl child education need empowerment be ben issue. Because you banang papers, but yinchin kate, yinchin you can empowered, yinche tagapet, yin yopetang lu. And it is because of the same thing. That's why we see a lot of people who have education,
moral
but
responsibility
yes, but ranachi tepit ranachi lui reason very well. And it is the same reason because some people are not empowered. It is the same reason you find somebody ajito kusina for, but it's still angot career Kenya in the name of akwabirir pan uncle because uncle who I got from US. And you want to stay there forever. I think you have that is like education, but even that education is very useless. Education education can empower me. So those are the few examples. I'm sorry to touch those people, but it
good
is normal.
ake ngadi kulwela advice ku advice kuna non ran chila yo ke yen ka kor
Sorry.
kijot to reception ake
Mm.
ngari yen yamen yen ka chwar ke in the field benga bi jolo point point de kene ku che yi ke you will change your behaviors na ye yi okay ke yin lo twen wen yen fa kene yen ka yen advice yen ka yen pya yen ka yen opinion yen ka yen pya ku yen ka ko wen lelen take mana de yen ake bago lo yes yes ake nje pyo yin sukuli e balolo okay kene ga ya tinga pya ke chalwele yin nga kai kuna ye gen ka lo yela yin ke do chamatin wera chila twen kwa chagam na che yen ka lo che yen a lo yela ke ander abi yin ping ku lo che ke chalwel na cha lu agree ku cha kon to ku ben ku lel ku won chalwel ka chitok ke you agree to the positive part yen chira lwel ku le twen aya ke lu yen ka na che bu ka ter a che bi ai haja yen be ben nyal yen be a question chen a point the point is e bran benang tangde ne ke lwel fa question a che la twen anong ran chi jam ne che okay to nong nyir ti wo yin ku jelia koye ngadi gadu oy yung feeling du yeka tingudi ne arman nonga pye ko
Okay. Ke win yiloy emas manang koi ka un chien yar ku koi ka un yaren. It is always there. There will always be mixed reaction. So, but I thank God because a big percentage, a bent nongen, a ilela koninche and empowered. Apart from koi dianka when you koi kero liberan kelo report nong baba, at least a bigger percentage come to me. Kulelina kona I like what you are doing. And at least I thank God because if it change one person, that's all we need in the society. Work or change. A change of one person is able abanang de bebe coin because it inyan to ngukuchi and war, a wooting to ngukuchi and war, a woman to ngukuchi and war, a canon kabe koikula war. That's how I'm seeing it. And that's why even kuchiana few things libik ben nyal kulerana kon, inchi be jam too much, inchi be get too much. Kalwell, yes, I will reduce it. But yes, as far now, let's try to change the society in a positive way. Kulwera depend with my own reason why I'm doing it. So say kind of things they are there. But I'm so grateful because I know they are juika un yen keka bento nongen kulela kon, you are really doing a great job and we are so humble. So even especially on the comment side, most of the people, most of the comments, if I'm having 1,000 comments, because sometimes maybe I 2 comments like UK negative. And that thing era and encourage. I'll be encouraged for you to write better. So yeneke.
Okay, anora anji tie ye le tinongin ye wo yudi yong le bugu le ko chan be ni nyir ko monjang ke jo ben man tin ku tinong minister ye ngeta wa ministers of education le buke pyo ya di chan be ke lon sukuli ka dia. What can we do?
And yeah, Ministry of Education actually something actually low war, and that's something that every one of us should be grateful. And you are get to go on the news link, they were saying education actually Ministry of Education actually nearly at kudyar what cake actually cake pull big yellow school it. Meaning anything li at or any yan thought a little class you could like any other normal student. This thing I think it is going to improve life of many young girls and young women because what they're not kayin chi below classic kayin kuna thought in chi below classic but since any ministry chenang improvement on that, it is something that we need to thank the ministry so much. Den korku kechugu kor bi ministry law is every year because I am great ka unkin ke you which is actually happen un there but then achi rolo but then binya be agam ke un to go ni yen binya be empowered binya be empowered achi bu bom being empowered achi be in bom lo ko ti ko palke na chi lu apply this position ga palke yen ka yi documents yen ga ben lu apply akin ke ting bu empowered achi bu bom. So we thank the ministry over Kichiloi. It is something that is great, but still we need to say Kichoi did kulit ababen ale to change into school. If nachidan mistake natural go loy ka in Eliat, okay, follow longer education, go back to school. But chance I won't ministry to gam work, we should not take advantage of it. Bu okemaliat sambala in the name of Amlo Pali School Kaliat. That's another question that girls should know. Then ya de pet BDR ni the women's empowerment au ken yiti ko ka won bon yala. I think pet ya empowered woman because in ye ke won yilwel yin ko ni ke won yilwel akana gam kada yin gam kinyi. Akana reji kada yin reji kinyi with your reason. Akana bo mo indu kunon kulwel e ka lelu hun ngadi ku duna ta gam le ko ya reji le because of this and that. Akana lu yiti jale ti chen en jal you can explain better even than him. You think you are empowered. Eka kaka wen yiti ke cho empowerment au ke cho ba ko ni rodu e you gil from some small problems that you were supposed to get because mostly if na chin good understanding of something yiran kim ga mabat then into in problem. So those are the things I ka ko ba ka ni ka we diar women's empowerment akor ba ta akor ba gol ka yinemet ba ni yung kor ke yinemet yinemet nya yung ko ne pire Corby, your money and core. How do you want to leave your family? Those are the few things Sika said before you grow up. Which kind of education do you want? How do you want your education to go? Eka kebin put them in place. Then those things I dreams nong it empowerment. Those things are being encouraged until the time you will reach your goal ka yinenya kuyitik.
So anong wet che ben ni alun ter ku kanong to ni screen ni jitan.
Hmm.
Wet ni screen ni aban jo bentin but nong ran che tie jwana che le yin loy pet but ken ye both parent baba du ku mama du ye ka support ba jam ni jam chir ka loy yin chir report wen but yin je we du ka chal. Oh, how do they feel?
Yeah.
Personal but pet. ba
Yeah.
chani ko tu.
True. Okay, there's this thing. Okay, tunangen ken mama watch lui communicate so much. I know lui communicate my father so much. And okay, I love my mother. My mother loved me. But there's this thing my mother kunongo koblwel is even in terms of questions and answers. Akon yung koba loy ni yepen bo. That's how my mother calls. Mama ke kabalo ki ku yen ki ko bilo le ko beto le kale lo okay. Na non ki ni ar kale please nyai kenetin ka nyai immediately. Che ko be bel mi ko again. Then na lo pay to she will come up. She's in Juba. Na je pay to gina kon ka kun war chaga piri chaka loy ka kene ke loy. That's how my mother has a chukur if you have achieved them or if you have not. She want to take you in a liar if you have not achieved them. Kala mama kana cha loy ku kana cha achieve kana achieve kana ba achieve le. Kalelo, please follow them. Kichiralwel below eralo. For my father is different. For my father, ayelwele do something ki yinyi ka banango kunyi real ne pire. Ki wuna loyen ka yin chibilu regret for of doing it. And then my father abun it took abuna wundit. So most of the time when he go to the meetings, kuchalo, he always give me a chance bajam. So when I was young, na loku jam, I used I don't know if I used to impress these church people. So so mostly goyale this girl, anonga gifted talent, she can speak well. So that thing is a problem, can I speaking. So but my mother, anytime I speak, be very careful of what you are saying. Be very careful, very, very careful. But to my father, like that thing, and always be very careful. He believed that what I'm going to speak is something I know and is something I can do better. That's how he believes it. And that thing, I think it has given me two different thoughts most of
Yes.
the time. Yeah, because for my mother, and he will be very careful, it guides me over Yongobala Luel. Kwe enjoy very curious over what I'm going to tell to the people. But to my father, me, I trust you. Go and speak. Present yourself. Present your ideas. That thing and empowered positively in a way that I go kind of very high to whatever I'm going to speak. Me, I know I'm going to speak. Me, I can't fail in speaking this one. And then sometimes sometimes it's crazy.
Two things. So, kankaro.
Yeah.
Coach, ku supporter,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So coach yen ka yelwela na ye gan ka ka kwanya way. No. Ka peng che ka lwel ku kwanya way. Supporter ay lwel I trust this idea na ye yin ku chalwel ka balo chi ka chiro loyel.
True.
So ka dia ay ka jito ne sarabendunam. And this is where you are coming from between fear the kor balwel na chokilo report galwel ay abelo cha kon abelo ya.
True.
Okay, back to the point. Anong koy kok che tie na question che beneten. Let me see. Ku buku narrow down. Anong kok be dil dong way ba de chan talking point. Apia daret ku kai wonderful. Be ke tie. Ay lo ku nang koy wen error ne rio ne diar ken na lu ke kan power ti ka be bela ria le mo war ku war chen mo la war kan ta bula la ben kan kok. What do you think of that?
Kara kara ingachi kurbiting the burial so that at least if na like be for a date kati be bills be chwat when you are broke. Ikanada ka ke baka new error. Sometimes it should not achieve supposed to be our create below. But in that can thing to be empowered, you will always do everything until the end of the world. So appear that thing to buy empowered kupelka win a negative blob and can yen. Sometimes we need to leave the negative part of life because if not take negative part of life because what you choose to korku. If na yoku yechol kata kumana that we are going to die and then we are not going to do whatever we want to achieve in life. So let's leave the negative side of life. Pelku negative na ye ting ileldi. I'm sorry to use this language, it's not good. Na ye ting pure wheat kabe ya wheat ku kabe yin pol even get can learn school it. Those things are normal like baba ka doyle when I was young. Na it chikurbu ko pandu au chikurbu rir kanina au chikurbu nang a united family, she will always create something be nyai. That thing achi tiogan empowerment dear. Atoken pionde ran. Im na ja thinking I won't be here forever. kuchiana PhD from 4 certificate or our senior 4 certificate, she will stay with you forever. So pelku keitwa thinking negatively. There are women we have seen. There are examples of women in our society that we know. Some of the ladies ke pure na chitinya mi haketa pure ka wanin. But this thing achi rodo ilo ken koi ka unchi tiak. It happened with most of the ladies kaun queen in Kenya to university or Kenya to high school and I'm here jalwel ba ben tiak ka lwel ba pol. Okay, I'm not discouraging koi ka unene ran Kenya Queen high school ongo, but or to the university ka we go. But you have to know exactly why you are doing that. It's very, very important. And which kind of a girl you are doing that. Because personalities are what hold the person and are what define the person. Yile bating do PhD career can in forever. Yinchile bating do achilu ba PhD pelin. Those things are normal. So pelku thinking negatively. Let's just empower our women. Na chikanyi kulerial kuchichamba token yid. Eka that thing it can be they will always be strong. And
Okay.
that thing late.
Where pia the chiro lwelten chi garang good bang. Lwel tenong koi ke lui ke empower. Chiman de diara core empowerment, nyira core empowerment. Chin reason betik bemoj be empower. And how?
Yeah, empowerment is a two-way traffic. Appear Bamo into buy empowered. Because Bamo into buy empowered, it involves a lot of things. Empowerment the Mundu, it involves the dreams kaun ko abgeka ship. Monya wun take empowered a lot 20 years, but it's still anong to tina winada. Behind every strong man, there is a strong woman. Anti-die video thing it's all Betty. Ting Chiamanda, Juba. And I did not watch the video immediately, but I watched it, I think, 4 days ago. And I went there and I see a voice of empowered woman, a woman that a man has empowered, a woman that knows the importance of a woman empowerment, a woman that knows the importance of empowerment. So this woman, when she was speaking, she speaks so positively and she speaks very strong. And I think even Martin Ben that him, it has anongachi Betty Loy. Betty did a great part, by the way. And that's one of the example of an empowered woman in the society that we are having. I didn't know her before, but I just listened to her speech and she was so strong. So say kind of a woman to know way, kunong say kind of a very strong woman, kule coach, kule jam, my dear, you will always be respected forever. Because there is something with women's voice. Empowered woman could jam with that nice voice. You have win everything. So another thing, Ella Benny Adabai, before a man take a decision, kunyi kanong think to empowered, kanong think very strong. That kind of a woman will always give her energy. Because I've discussion con before you go outside. So these things happen to non work. So natoka yinemo kuchating to empowered, that woman will always help you. It will always help.
Network is kicking in again. Ayen konichi network be interrupted. Abedu tinamat ko nale ben ko wo be ben bi wo yen conclude ku boku mya boku be bot ne ko ke be ben. Fa malish ni interruption in loy road. Let me.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So I was saying Banang thing I want very strong. Kaluhin empowered too. Now Iran unong difficulties with speaking to the public. We think unong empowerment. Kabilul wun ngadirane jamle in public. Now lucky for campaigns, then she will always give her part. Kugachin kipia biara na wun to whereby to and be part. People will always believe her. So this empowerment, I just to ketunong mo to get luitik empowered. It is a two-way thing. Na he ting do na utanye pure jakati very strong. She will have something to add onto your life positively. Kuka being empowered. Kuka yena yeni lela pa na ngari lele because thinking ayila. Most of the families that are very strong, by the way, are not women who are very strong. There are only few families yeni rur kepe yeni keke is strong, kutika is strong, kunyi keke very strong families. So this empowerment ache kere diar kepe. Ko wai society ko kor kubukulum ke yingyal de rahan bin na chakruti agwen monju hatinga nong tini obentin try to empower him so that he become a better man, the man that you want. Because no one why they are one these tests. So if you want your man to be like Obama, empower him. Let him be in the Obama of South Sudan or Obama of your family.
Be Michelle Obama.
Yes. And if you want me to be Michelle, and then empower me by Michelle.
Okay. Great example. Yen apet. To know we koi ke diet and show it ku koi ke bien bela ping akona chaka ping ni jami en jame ka I positive advice when ke gamu ko grot ka ba tiya kina kon biagdu ka yin ku ka bot no ngen wel je ta che po da che tek ku ka nong nyir ko to chimanduone in the same footprint chirka ka chintin chi we lu interact and where do you agree and where do you disagree.
Yeah, there are so many girls I see who have the same, though it may not be the same mindset, but almost the same. While there are sometimes I disagree with some of the ladies, especially on the thing feminism.
Mm-hmm.
Feminism, to some of the most of the time, I speak of good families. Kalwela kon yonga yina la good family yo ko jitika kuchilwel ke ko jitika en moj. Kala la reason yana na good family yo ko jitik ko jitik. It is because ka wai walk away dear. Kajui ka win that involve the house. Ka win to hutbin. Ayamuk soli at the tick. But ka win to be like from outside the house. But they don't know what happened within the house. Within the house, ayamuk soli at the tick. So this thing, Tinongen can feminist, while on a little bit of difference. They wanted families because in a way that you need you take responsibilities like this, like this, like this, kulom responsibilities like this. That thing is different. There's some of the cultures that your feminism but we will not wake up and do them immediately. They have to take time. I cannot be married today. It can't happen. This thing is a process. And if I need my husband to cook, and then you weigh your ban and a for him to cook. You see that? So this thing involve a lot of things. Kutini and I alone difference with some of the few women and girls who have education.
So aye
So we need
ka yi
we
chatem ayelo ye feminist ye kello ke mo furul bugu nang equal opportunity bu nga tande belum nga tande is what I'm here.
okay, okay, feminist I equality a must be taught, and I support that equality a must be taught. But
Correct.
equality kai, we cannot start it. Equality has to start from grassroots. Equality is supposed to look away the man, every year could be close to it. Nothing year could be close to it. And then can they fighting for 50%? Achi be are fighting. It will not achi because be alu argue. My little sister will come out with her papers. My niece, those any woman, dear GTP, kubuku keten kawachi nang equal opportunities with the road. If nanonku women who did engineering, women who did media, who did journalism, women who did business administration and management, kukatung yin ken road chike kausaloy, ke diar achi ke le chow kulela diar ayilela, we shall be employed like those men. So in the kekar bukuloy ka white dear who has this education. Ache bukulu jam kuleku we need 50%. We need to raise these other women. Then these women could take a pill, and then gender equality it will be obvious thing. We shall be having it because now kuluiting there. What else do we want? Even it will go 70%. Maybe we are big and 70. So that's where Alan misunderstanding with some of the feminists. Because I
Fa
could be from top.
okay
I want to
your
start
your
grassroots.
argument, ay lwel wo ketweng e buku
Eh,
kon rulping, buku kon
yes.
ang education. Na chi education ku chi ya kick in ke ke ben abro loye to ko belu roll
Yes.
in.
Because
So
my
na
imagine, sorry
mm,
to say, imagine if Nata Pu, when a lot of loy ben wako. Huh?
mm,
That
mm.
thing, I will not preach at somebody to cook for me, but the person will know that Grace ben wako, wache and bijaru tika wareru wachiruter. You see that a person
Okay.
will go to the kitchen by his own will, but in now will we now with pause that we need to fight men. For they must cook. You must cook for me, Mabu. If you don't cook for me, Aki, we are not going to stay in the same family. Nobody will listen. And cultural change is something you
No.
do positively.
Okay.
Okay, most of the people don't know that I'm feminist, but I'm a feminist. The difference of my feminist anti-extreme. I'm not extreme. I do it in a way that when helping, could anything they helping that yaraka became empowered like this, like this, like this, could we help positively. Kachin it matakil, kachin it tong below it. That's how feminism is supposed to go. Feminism is all about bamun man, it's all about batik man. You don't need to hit any gender. You need to at least be positive, could be change in a positive way. Ben mochiping, ben ping, any other person be ping. Because some of the feminists are rude, by the way. But if
Mhm.
we come with force that we gotta rurache walking, all men are tried. We don't need men. Me and Chukubatat. Me, I cannot cook. You see, even a man who was willing to support will be like, okay, you get feminism korku in this society. Jaga jato, what you could feminism. But if we say it in
Okay.
a positive way, how can you sukule chogu nyiri pie, can you kukule pie they will take 70% of the government or of anything. So kayo belu el ka diar ken pindom. In a
So
positive way, in matakil.
I like these kind of views. Ku ka pia tungu ya chan be ran chi yin Quran don't believe there, Quran don't believe there. At least three. Ku be ka tao on the same bowl. Ku joben na ye na work in the United States ka nang press je jare nang ki chol salad bowl. E ke yang bentin nang ich shoy tamatem ko nang ich cheese ku nang ich what have you. Kene ne ka salad bowl. Ka je ka ta tin ka din. And what it is, tok kabula ben we apet fa I like your approach ke jam wotin when education empowerment ka ka dia ke ka ka to ku ke chalwe ngui ay lwe wu cho ke ka chal ke chal chima wo ko yima bi ni United States. Let me say this, uh, myth myth yi korka angi te taw yitin au ka angi te taw real thing, right? So man de na bila lui ku an bedong bai. Na chila lui ka what do I do? I can permission card but teach non cake non man, right? I have to
Yeah,
go and cook ba ke tal ko kor ke.
yes.
This is a real story. Ke mi ke abo. Ke tawam tin. They want to see what exactly am I doing. But I
Yes.
am man nga la pol tu nga la pol tu. But they want to, to see what I'm doing. Yung
But
tal
they
yen
don't have
yen ngo.
that education.
Ku
I
bunga
do
share the betawtin, right? So can I actually roll? And sometimes they're making fun of me. Okay, Malloy, what is it that I'm doing? Fa we we nang point ku ke ka di ai ka la twen ke ba yo be tin aki ke ye wer bi wo ben to bi wo tok tin ke jam wo wen empowerment. How does empowerment work? Empowerment ye lu ye di a chalwel ne gol gali na chalo empowerment a che bala university ku tok tin a che bala high school ku tok no high school. Empowerment e ke tie ki lo ro to ben na cha pyo nang business yin in tik ke business che ko core education a core mindset ke ka kun tik be ke de na be le ye yi cooking class go cake de go ya lo ku be sung de be le ke ne ye ne ke empowerment cha lwel na ko lo su kule ja all the way ke ne ye ne ke empowerment ka jui ke dia ku language chan bu tok bu ngi go ya jam when ko 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 pe ngru da pet ka dia ke ka cha ke lwel ke ka empowerment ku ke ka core society ke bin ka la twen ke ne ke fa ke ne ye ne ka ye pinpoint the goal the jam when there now yo lo tin ko opinion ku question tie ka ke a che ben ka chu ku ke ping ka wo be to ku bu ku ben ti ye ne ti bi wo ye narrow down where it's all empowerment can both families nong family etok nong ikai karo couple tie ku moy ku je amit kan taw ke ben be ne kam ken fa ko e ke die a kor nga ka nga ko ku yen ka empowerment yen chalwel yen jamin tin fa ka wo bitok yongo ye wo ye kele bi ka bi ke ler bi ni ye wer ke bela ni ka nim ku bi ke la takti ni ye wel ki ka dia ye na loy ran ngo ka yin che ke duon ye na kor cha loy in your opinion chan kan e opinion.
Ayan, ayan, we ko. Yeah, in my own opinion, ko kibla ni in kana we ki yin ni alde diare. Kule yin ni alde diar. Next time to the bear yin ni alde rohor. Yeah, ke chwa yin ni al. Baran banang ba wa ke un to entin. Banang ke un diere yen pide ke un be life de bu war mat. Or ke un be life de war read in a positive way. Yin ni alde ran. Yin ni alde tik. Yin ni alde diar. Tem banang tunga un lui tindu. Tibe nyuot queer. Etong English don't give a man a fish, but show him how to fish. It mean ache bati kimaga mu yen kunongo kunyen. But pure kuera win leben ko ni rot leben are independent. Leben kake nga wun lo ti liwin. Empowered woman e ko ni rode. Na tak liw ka yine wun ngadi he will do his own things. She will do her own things. But na ken yen empowered, she will always depend on you. In ideas, financially, in everything. And that is the worst part of life. So temran benakatina when you jam pido tindu. Benakapieta when you period. Not a thing to buy ten East Africa. Queen to hire kulul manangadi, pure chicken, pure chikera pure numa cake, pure anything, let her learn anything. A kitten a child empowered. Do you know what be I yen become alloy to kitchen decision making? Do empowered, yes, but always be there for her. Nothing en kan onkan wanen. Kalwel man nga di loile kuloile kuloile kuloile. And that's where we are and gol koi ko. Matiak ting duka yitin man nga di yung por baloy. What do you want to do for your life? Koba pidu koba live di. Nothing en ka chin kalwel ka yimbe bring your ideas kulel na ye and chin kana tam kukena. From there she will have the ability benaka dena will below ye. So it can wear or them ku buku diar ko buku ke empowered. Buku diar ko buku ke jadnial, diar ko dung chien ko. This is reality on the ground. 80% of women's I think basic education, I think women's empowerment. So this thing we need to empower our women's ko error. Ako buku tem nankati na wului ku diar. Yitem nankati na wului tinglu. Yitem nankati na wului nyan wulid. Benang jet nial jet in nial nyan de wunyi a good engineer go can yin. Temba empowered be a strong woman. Even Kuchichak Bella Tiak, Kulera and the Tiak, Kabirana Bella, you a very strong woman who can be able to stand on her own. So in a can
E wer pet fa kana e wet chilone tene biag ba lwel e biag de ngadi ku yen ka bi wo ko e biag de koin biag de na ye war bai ka wo ka ye pur ko wo ka ye ma yo that was it man
hmm.
tin wo chi ya luin wo
Hmm.
ku yen ka standard yen kin ka tawtin le
Hmm.
betik le bi mo be empower ye di financially ku kana le be
Yeah.
mi ko nye di ku family as a whole
Yeah.
or
Tina
both ways.
oh, yeah. Tinadeka konyi tik tinadeka konyi moting de financially. Enat leltik ye empowerment de ye below sukuli benang education. Kuchipi kule sukuli kayin school anong school fees ye kor. Katem that school fees by chwatpin. Now we learn ko blue these short courses. Get them those courses school fees get those courses back at what pay. And then there are machines ka unia ka core. Chuman if you are doing bakery, kanon ka unia ka core for you to be able to bake your cakes at home. Or for you to be able to bake your cakes in the restaurant or all those. Kaka ti chiri ka kukuti ke gam ke yen. So that you will be very strong. Other few things, I know this normal thing, suppose big unong tiga way I see a lot of women stick even at laptop. This thing You are supposed to provide her with such things. Laptop 80 kwanya libi nanka juika unkonge. She can learn a lot of things online. Eka chirka basic things ka uni getting. We are supposed to provide them to our women. These are things that at least in terms of education they are very basic. Though I can't so much basic in life. So now in terms of finance, Gamki Unkor, if she has a business idea that she want to start, get them back one. Then that business idea, them back one you could them back one ideas. Well, man, I did this thing up but job like that. Getting her empowered. So on the side of finance, actually, na be when they not lap, remember to bring something being empowered. Because all that important, but empowerment is more important than those clauses. Where Kili Ben after Chun and after rain, it's supposed to be a women's empowerment. I can't name call it. Because no matter how beautiful you can be physically, but in chetak, you can empowered in brain, you know, but
Chakoj,
I got my
I like that. Hey, Nafiat, shukran, Akon Biar. Grace, thank you so very much for your time. To know we koi ke dai ku koi ke ping kan ke weekly show. Every Friday abuku ya loy ku kabe tau cheke chiro luel topic abe ya way. And possible ta chibia kon yeto kabe benang panel. The koi be nang discussion ko be wearing being a bear. Make it
sure.
something useful kawani and korku kay yignal de ba in jam a lecture be in like a corbaloy no a opinion bala tagi pia di ka yin la twenge kana pia di ku yang le bo ko intin fa kan en ke jam ne yekol ke chi wo ko tin e yig nyal de koch pe bating du jan nyal ba mo du jan nyal ba mit ku jan nyal kwandu ku ka jwe ke ka pia ke to ke ni yin ka dia o chi ror ke pe anong diar chinim la tweng chan nan ti ka le ba kwena war mo ku ken ka
Sure.
chere let me give you this example you can jal anong sukul yen chan tok tin ta ne chol University of Washington ato Seattle ti ka ta won to won high school way back in 2000 I believe 2002 2003 anong wat ke di
Wow.
ku ke professor anong PhD moinde ke ka jen ngari de ni chol Mormon believe den kanisa chol Mormon yen ka taw ka tin ku wet ke di ka ta ba moindi te babysitter ebe mi bu ler su kule kule ka pick up kuler ke tri sport ku tinga ke la pio
Yes.
ku na le ben ti de ne pio ku ci mit ci kan yo ka ngoteri sport chan wet ke anon ko pol kura anon ko anon music ku ke moindi ne ke jola ngadi bu kala ta pin yon kan ku le ben ba na ci ta bi ke ben ke le ka be pick up tani ku le ke be ke bo ba na ci ben ka ken ka ke pin chane ngadi professor taban ke lazim bedil ka wen ci ke pio ci bu ka ber yo ku be kwen ku be loy de be loy nong maktam de ka bo ku letin ge ro ko ku loy ka pa ande ku tel kwin de ku ngo di a lor ti ku ben le ka yo pi den ka ta bai fa e ka waja kan discussion loy ku ga liu but empowerment at all how do you live your life as a family but kana e kere ko war fa ka won chalwel mana dig yen let's educate ourselves and everything else will roll I agree with it. But then can viewpoint the koi ka can ping up it to come to your point. But bugu yo ne nin ko. Fa yen you have a point. Ko community da amit pio a che in ka cha cake tinga ka gat cake kuna thumb up ku like ku love and all of that. So yen yin che ka cha cake le ka chir ka ngi ku ka chi ka cha chi ka lom with respect perspective da nga ba jol tin ka le fa yen in cha lech ku twi bi in lech ku koy ke dai tong lo mon jang ku koy to ka die koy ben ye show kani a bi in lech na le kan yin ku ka bu ba yo next Friday fa kene
Thank
ka bi yin ya okay yen
thanks.
ni ba jopol ba jen good night wo bela rompe
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Thanks Chaka Ping. We took a late Chaka Daniel. See you next Friday.
indeed
Thank you. Bye.
in bi jolo fa to non we kana mena kin we ko ke be ngot ko we to mena ke ngot ko to mia du soba ne ki chi sa the tem Pacific time abia sa ngwan te ni junu Sudan ku ka bia sa dongwan te non ko ke east kuna ye Australia ka I believe a bidil to around yi sa ngwan te well sa diak te something of that sort kene ka biyin ya wobnang show yen bro loy mia abia show de ngadi abia kede abia kede ajede the jammer red army fa ko ke ran yen taw ni akudinom edeng bol deng bol arway fa anong project yen lui ke tin kene project petarit ku ka ko ran ci jal bay from 87 89 jammer polotaka jammer ridima jammer panyendu ku yitang ke gon ke kadie ko ay ke kadie ay ko kor ay deng bul ke ran musul ni gon ke to jammer ke tin wan ku yen ga musul ni jammer man ay le bak ben bak wede bak be ping non project ke lui ke tin fa ke ne abro loimia and I am asking you because wo go die we part the yakut wan yen che lotene ko ji ko ga kin ben a chi bai ka nyai ku bai chi ben be fa project yen big bel wel a che gan bi yen wel abi jo ben mia abi ben kana ku da non ko representative to na Canada ku non ko representative to United States ko non representative to no Australia ku je la yen de ngabol kan team de ke big bel wel lek yen ka big bel loy ku ta yen bin show yen be koy jogwi kedie aguten ci koy wan ke maj wog ni Ethiopia nu gon wo yi kedie abi jo ben ku ka baga beping koy kir yi jur kunya baraj ci piang de majuk ko ci kol ma nyang koy wan ke bi ka long bai ran taw ku mit pyo nu la tweng de bai ku ko kul tie ki de bai baga ping to non we diar ke ye koy ka I believe ko ju ka we ka ye mit ni tar ku tar ta chi nang ku kol kwoti kanong ka ko be kwa ku kol kok chi ka jowan ka yin ya fa ku ka piet be ke ka ta ku pie daret be ke ya do chok ta bi ngor ko kon wo na run ke bi wo ka taw cha na chi ni ra chi be non ka ku ka che kuin de rot ka che cha taw non ko ngwen ka ko ye ka ta ga mane ko chiri ma to a ku ko ji ko ka we kan sap ko ka to panyin du ku ko je ben ka kuma ko ai ka dia ai ko che ko kun ku ko chila twen a che be non ko je ne ga ne wo ko li en to wo tin randit yen ke me do a ko che wo do ka wo nyot kwer ku je ne ale ni ko yen we je wo kun bran dong cha dong kuran chi bai ler chi ler fa ke ne abro loimia fa yen I'm asking you baka ben abiya yomalate tutui ku kabiya sabah tinan wo gatan fa akai yen we baka pol ku buku wede buku loimia ko bangor ga chari na non ka chiro la wartin ka bangor ga gadbi ko ba changyake we cha ke lor ku we cha ke tong ku we cha ka mot an mo bieda na ngo have a good night